Hello again, everyone. Marcus here. I review stuff today. I'm reviewing the song Alabaster by All Them Witches. As usual, this song comes to you as a request from one of my viewers. So if you want to get your song reviewed, just do what they did. Leave it in the comments, and I'll be sure to add it to my list. So I think, to my knowledge, this is going to be maybe the second or maybe third song I've heard from All Them Witches. I know for sure I've heard Marriage of Coyote Woman from them, because that is honestly one of my favorite songs. It is on my frequently repeated, whatever, on repeat playlist, whatever they're called. It is like a mainstay in my rotation. So love that song. It's awesome. Something in my brain is telling me I've heard maybe one more song from them, but I'm not able to place it at the moment. For sure, Marriage of Coyote Woman, one of my favorites. So have really high hopes. Kind of coming back to All Them Witches. It's definitely, regardless of what I have or haven't heard from them, it's definitely been a while. So again, excited to get back to them, see what else they can kind of give me here. And yeah, with that, let's jump right in. Alabaster, All Them Witches, here we go.
Up in a town, dancing on the alabaster. Some days I'd burn it down if I could buy the gasoline. The streets are filled, day in and out, with little monsters. That's life, I guess, but every day is Halloween. Not seen the doctor's real face, not seen the preacher's real face. I've seen the shining light rally through the alabaster and walk back over the mountain. People crowded around, they thought that it was quite obscene. How dare you show your dirty face around these streets when we all stand here so polished, bright and clean. I've seen the demon's real face, nothing. I've seen the toad's real face. I've seen the prison face shining like the alabaster that walked over the mountain. Out of town that day, dancing on the alabaster. Barefoot I traveled, barefoot I arrived. I tore the fields down to earth and rubbled plaster. Laid my bones out, breathed out a sigh. I crawled through the leaves, I crawled through the leaves. I found a place shining like the alabaster where I crawled through the leaves. I know the snake's real face, I know the puppeteer's face. I know that shining light calls me back to alabaster, but I lost sight of the churchyard's fade. I know the graveyard's face. I know the president's face. I know my father's face. I know my father's face. Every day they look more and more like me. Every day they look more and more like me. Every day, every day they look more and more like me.
Wow. Wow. they, they killed that. That was magnificent. That was so good. Like I loved that. That's literally the moment I click stop recording here on my computer. I am grabbing that song. I am playing it again because damn, that was so good. So, wow. All right, let's break it down piece by piece like we always do. We're gonna start with the lyrics, but man, I have so much to say about all the different parts of this song. So, anyway, let's let's look at those lyrics, of which I am already just on first listen a fan of these lyrics. I feel like I'm gonna enjoy it even more reading through it. So, I grew up in a town dancing on the Alabaster. Some days I'd burn it down. If I could buy the gasoline, the streets are filled day in and out with little monsters. That's life, I guess, and every day is Halloween. I've seen the darkness's real face, and I've seen the preacher's real face. I've seen the shining light rally through the alabaster and walk back over the mountain. Kind of reminiscent to me of like growing up in a small town, right? That has where the people have skeletons in their closet. Either people don't talk about it or that kind of thing. So I think when he's saying like I've seen the preacher's real face, I've seen the darkness's real face. It's like these people I grew up around, perhaps like the community may know them as this like shining example or whatever, but like I know who they really are, you know. Um, I went without a mask, dancing on the alabaster. People crowded round. They thought that it was quite obscene. How dare you show your dirty face around these streets when we all stand here so polished, bright, and clean? And again, that I think to me sort of lends credence to exactly what I was just saying, right? Is that like maybe in this particular, small town, if this is the analogy we're going with, like again, everyone is so prim and proper and has this sort of understood morality. And so when this person, I read, I went without a mask as in like, I decided to just go be myself. And whatever I am is considered like a deviant to these people, right? But I chose not to hide that anymore. I showed up as I am, dancing on the alabaster, and as people crowded around, they were like, how obscene for you to show up as yourself and not as this like facade of a person that we have all decided is what's proper, you know. um, and so then he gets into, I've seen the demon's face, nothing. I've seen the toad's real face. I've seen the prison face shining like the alabaster that walked over the mountain. Left out of town that day, dancing on the alabaster. Barefoot I traveled, barefoot I arrived. I tore the fields down to earth and rubbled plaster. So yeah, like maybe cutting free of this town that is such like a sort of crippling influence on them. So down to earth and rubbled plaster, laid my bones out, breathed out a sigh. I crawled through the leaves, I crawled through the leaves, I found a place shining like the alabaster. But I crawled through the leaves, I know the snake's real face, I know the puppeteer's face, I know the shining light calling me back to alabaster. But I lost sight of the mountain. I lost sight of the mountain. So again, I fled I went on. But what I'm getting here is that maybe like paradise, or maybe the grass wasn't necessarily greener, right? Like um, because the first he had to crawl through the leaves, he had to kind of lay his bones out, which actually sounds kind of nice, um, but there's still the snake, there's still the puppeteer. So I'm wondering if it's like I escaped, but there was still judgment out there, that kind of thing. So I know the darkness's face, I know the preacher's face, I know the demon's face, I know the toad's real face. I know the prisoner's face, I know the snake's real face, I know the puppeteer's face, I know the profiteer's face, I know the churchyard's face, I know the graveyard's face, I know the president's face, I know my father's face, I know my father's face. Every day they look more and more like me. I thought that line was incredible. That whole like line of lyrics there, because I wasn't sure where he was going with it. And then when he says, "And every day they look more like me," so I wonder if like he is sort of either he is being tainted by these influences, right? These people are not good people, right? Or they present as this again facade of righteousness, when really deep down, their real face is something of like a snake or a demon or the darkness, Um, but every day, like I am becoming like that. There's a darkness in me that is sort of taking place. And that's kind of how I read this. So every day they look more and more like me. Every day, every day, every day they look more and more like me. That, or it could be the opposite, because he's not saying that I look more and more like them. He's saying they look more and more like me. So maybe he is having a positive influence on these people. Maybe that's too positive of me to assume that, but regardless, I think that was just a really interesting way lyrically to sort of end the song there. So I love the writing here. I think it's really interesting. I'm kind of taking shots in the dark here, hoping that what I'm saying makes sense. But ultimately, I think there's enough here that uh, there's very much room for other interpretations, I feel like. So this is just mine. Really interested to see and hear what other people think as well. So for now, I'm going to give this two big thumbs up for the lyricism. As far as the instrumentation and vocals go, really like the vocal style here. He, in Marriage of Coyote Woman, I felt like he had such a like really cool sounding voice that I think lent really well to what they were trying to achieve instrumentally. And I feel the same way here. Like he just sounds so cool as he sings. I think really kind of makes me pay attention to the lyricism. He sings very clearly. Again, just has this really cool voice. So, I mean, I really like the vocals here. Instrumentally, though, man, this song was so awesome. Real big shout out to the drummer. I thought the drumming throughout was really energetic. Just immediately sucked me into the song, and I was hooked on the drums alone. But then you add other elements like the guitar work. I thought here was also absolutely fantastic. Some really great kind of riffs throughout. Was heavy when it really needed to. I feel like to really drive the point home. And there were just so many other elements. There was great bass work. There was great guitar. There was the drumming again was great. But then they also have like the bongo drums going as well during part of it. They had this weird part that I didn't know if it was just like a very interesting guitar tone they were going for, or if it was like done with a keyboard or something. But I was like, there were some really weird, interesting sounds in there. And then the mixing was also really cool. In that last section of the lyrics, wearing stereo headphones was awesome because you hear in like the left ear, I know the darkness's face, and then he would say in the right ear, I know the preacher's face, and then in the left ear he would say, I know the demon's face, and it would kind of go like that over and over. And I was like, that's really cool. Like just the mixing on that was just really really neat, and I think added to the experience of the song. Really glad I got to hear this for the first time on like stereo headphones, because I think it really upped the experience for me for sure. So all that to say, instrumentally and vocally, this song was awesome. Giving it two big thumbs up there as well. As far as replay value goes, I already mentioned it, but like I can't wait to listen to this again. It's gonna be here in like 2 minutes once I'm done recording this video. So yeah, this was a fantastic song. Really, really enjoyed it. It's easily gonna make the playlist. Can't wait to listen to it again. Two big thumbs up. Probably gonna sit right alongside Marriage of Coyote Woman as like a regular staple of my listening experience every day. So anyway, fantastic song, fantastic request. Thank you so much for the person who requested this one. You knocked it out of the park. Great job. As always, if you enjoyed the music as much as I did, go support the artists. Go listen to their music wherever you can. And if you enjoyed what you saw here on the channel today, consider supporting the channel. Like and subscribe and comment with your requests, because I'm always taking those. And you can also check the description if you'd like to follow me on Twitch, TikTok, or Instagram. Alright guys, that's going to be it from me. Hope you enjoyed the video, and hope to see you in the next one. Bye for now.